my audio. Yep, everything sounds nice. Everything is running smooth. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, yo peoples, Kyushu92 here to bring you more solo leveling! I don't know why I'm so hyped right now. It's because, like, I know this may sound like a cliche, but I literally look forward to whenever I make something for you guys. I really do. There's not a moment where, even on days where I don't actually upload anything, I'm thinking of uploading stuff for you guys. That's how much I love doing this. Thank you guys for the continued support of this channel. Ever since I did that recent My Hero Academia chapter, a lot of people have been watching it, like 300 plus at the moment, and I'm sure that's steadily rising. So I just want to say thank you guys for supporting the channel and everything that I do. I'm just having so much fun with this. So onwards to the next 10 chapters. So strap yourselves in. We're gonna have ourselves a good one. But in the last chapter of solo leveling, Jin beat Igris, the Blood Red Commander. Commander of the Blood Red! Oh my goodness, Igris was by far one of the best looking and the best looking, most well-developed character I've ever seen in a manga. And the dude doesn't even say anything. Just his overall presence is all like, yes, I would like to fight this guy, and I don't care if I die, just fighting him would be an honor. Also, hey Kohagen and Shonen Sensei, and thank you Shonen Sensei for the donation again, dude. You're always surprising me whenever you do that, man. Seriously. Zenitsu, welcome back! Alright. It's good to see everyone here. Oh, I love it when I have a full audience. It's so amazing. I love it every single time! But onwards to chapter 41. Because you remember at the last chapter, he beat Igris, but the dungeon didn't say that you completed the dungeon. It gave him a Hearthstone, which means that there's more of the dungeon he has to go through. Making sure that my TV was muted, because I was playing Borderlands with the new skill tree. I'm just killing everything. I'm just punching everything to death on the maximum difficulty, which wasn't possible before, but now I am. I've literally turned Amara into a god. Well, goddess. It's amazing. Just punching people and they blow up. They don't fall over, they don't ragdoll, they don't get dismembered, they just simply take damage and explode. It's amazing. Alright, so he has a Hearthstone, so that means that there's more of the dungeon to go through. So let's continue. If a Hearthstone was dropped, perhaps, does that mean the quest is not over yet? And then there's this looming presence. Missed the last stream, but you're here. Welcome, Anime Juke. Hopefully I'm able to entertain you during today's stream today. Chapter 41. And another portal opens up inside of the throne room where he was. Then, okay, more portals are opening up. Okay, there's 3 portals just opening up in 3 spots. The job change quests will begin. What? You mean to tell me that the job quest itself was not the dungeon? You have to beat the boss in order to actually start the quest? Can you imagine how many people would have gone to this place thinking that they'd be able to get like a simple job change, and they have to go through Igris? You want to imagine how many people died trying to get their job change by facing Igris? And Igris was literally like the soul of Cinder from Dark Souls 3. I knew it! There's no way that was the end. The longer you last, the more points you can collect that will place you into a higher tier job. Oh, that's sick. The longer he survives, the better tier his job will be. Nice. Points. The longer I last. Good luck. And it starts counting down to how long he'll stay in there. Oh, does it, wait, if he's in the dungeon, wouldn't he still have to do his, if he lasts longer than 24 hours, which I doubt would probably be the case, I was just wondering that if he still have to do his daily quests while in the middle of facing enemies, because then that penalty would suck. Then it starts counting down, and suits of armor. Now, we've seen him face off against regular knights before. He can use just his brute strength to face them. And even though he's a bit tired from fighting Igris, he says, I can take these guys on, even with my current condition. If they were on the level of Igris, the first enemies would have been impossible to beat. Every second means more points, so the chance of obtaining a hidden class goes up the longer the timer goes on. Befitting for a job change quest. Oh, this is why I love video games. My remaining mana is 390. Stealth requires 200 mana on use. I'll still have 190 mana left. To maintain stealth, 1 mana is consumed every second. That means I can buy 3 minutes of time with stealth. I still have enough HP and MP. I'll try to last as long as possible. And then all the suits of armor that came out of the portals, they all just turn their heads in his direction. Magician is using skill detection. Oh, that's why they look in his direction. Because there's a magician using, well, detection magic. And he makes a rudimentary Eye of Sauron pop up above his head, and it zeroes in on Jin's location. It detected me through my stealth? Oh, you definitely got to get rid of that. You definitely got to get rid of that mage. He's giving the enemies unnecessary buffs. Always take out the support class before you take on the rest of the guys. That's basic video game enemy 101. But yeah, the magician used detect, and now they can see him even if he uses stealth, which means that stealth is pretty much going to be useless at the moment. And they all look at him with red eyes, and they try to slash in his direction. But of course, Jin is crazy strong for these knights, and he easily just bodies the both of them. Bodies them both with enough strength to send them flying, literally flying. Just, you know, when Saitama punches Boros for the first time, you just see him punch, and you just see the shockwave of the punch, and then you just see the impact of the distant pillar where Boros hits into. Yeah, he basically just did that to the knights. I told you guys I was going to put in a whole bunch of references to different things to show you, just to illustrate just how awesome some of these things are, in case you haven't been reading the manga itself. But he just throws them easily into the roof of the throne room. Then more knights try to pop up behind him, and he uses Bloodlust. And they all get hit by it because they're not strong enough to resist it. So all their stats were decreased by 50 for 1 minute. Which means that if they were already weak, and Jin could easily take them on already, they're now at a point where it's like a level 100 with maxed out gear. It's like a person who gets the Fatalis armor from Monster Hunter World, which I happen to have. It was an achievement. I am never fighting Fatalis again unless I want to upgrade his bow to the max. I got his hammer. But it's like going from facing Fatalis, getting all his gear, upgrading all his gear to the max, filling it with things that can just make you kill anything, and then going all the way back down to the very first monster of Great Jagras. That's the situation that these knights are in at the moment. Bloodlust mana consumption is 100. I only get 1 chance. I have to deal with as many possible during this window. Well, I said that wrong. I have to deal with as many as possible during this window. I want to play Monster Hunter now. I kind of want to as well, because part of me, I built the bow, but I need to get an evil eye in order to max it out. Then I won't get any more weapons, because then if I get more weapons, it'll just pull me towards trying to face Fatalis again. But luckily, I already maxed out his hammer, so at this point, I kind of don't care about the bow. The hammer is all that matters. But yeah, I kind of want to play Monster Hunter as well. So he starts just decimating all these knights. I'm sorry if I keep throwing out a whole bunch of game references here and there, and I start talking about it. It's just that it's very easy with this manga for me to do that. And there's like an army of knights, and they're all just getting tossed around. Think Neo versus the Smiths in The Matrix Reloaded. That's pretty much this whole situation right now. And there are a lot of them. Wow, this panel just shows way more. So Jin just went from playing a Dark Souls game to a Dynasty Warriors game. 1 versus 1,000. But he gets hit in the back. What happened? Oh, he actually took some damage. He went from 10,000. He went from... Yeah, that's 10,000 to 1,000. Or is that just a little bit more? Or is that just a little bit from his HP? So he still has some HP left. It's in the thousands still, but it's going down. They come out of the gates faster than I can deal with them. Passive skill Perseverance is activating. Darn it, I took this too lightly. I used too much mana in stealth. At this rate, I won't be able to use any skills soon. Should I use the Hearthstone? I'm not sure what I gain from obtaining a job, but at my current level, the difficulty is too high. If I use the Hearthstone, it means I give up the quest. And then he looks at the time, and it's only been 5 minutes. It's only been 5 minutes. There's no way. I have to leave. And before Jin can do anything, he's hit in the side, hit in the shoulder, left shoulder, by a knight using a hammer. Don't be misusing my hammer status like that, bruh. And the Hearthstone that was in his hand falls out of his hand, and he falls to the ground. And all the knights try to bear down on him and smash into him, but Jin gets up. It can't end like this. Such a precious chance. Because I was at rock bottom, I longed for the highest place. And he jumps in the air as he says this, eyes glowing. He's just nothing but a shadow in this panel, jumping high above the heads of the knights, but his eyes are clearly glowing blue. It's such an amazing shot. Good lord. I longed for the highest place. I know the sadness of being weak more than anyone. How much help can an E rank be? Even the guild is the same. We have to send people who have war potential. That guy. Whew. Doesn't that guy always hide behind teammates to stay alive? To think that someone who can't even kill one monster properly is a hunter. And he lets out his war cry. And he hits one of the knights. He just takes out one of the knights, while an entire army's worth just stares him down. His nickname's the world's weakest. Oh, he's flashing back to what people have said about him in the past. The weakest? Not the strongest? Bro, that's what we call S-rank hunters. Sung is considered to be the weakest. Oh, wait, this is Mr. Kim and the other guy speaking. Mr. Kim and Mr. Park, back when they were still alive. Let me go through that again. His nickname is the world's weakest. The world's weakest? Not the strongest? Bro, that's what we call S-rank hunters. Sung is considered to be the weakest. I mean, he's weak enough to get hurt in an E-rank dungeon. Is he actually the weakest? Yeah, he's probably the weakest of us all. He's actually that weak? So that means our dungeon will be weak as well since he came. Ah, I see. Hey, you might hear us. Let's end it for now. And Jin is just reminiscing on the fact that people just made fun of him because he wasn't as strong as them. Look at this boy now, denting in heads like they paper mache. Sung, you've done what you can. How about getting some rest? And he's remembering back to the whole god incident and stuff that was happening before. Jinwoo, please get some rest now. Wasn't that all your fault? Why do you always move away from the safe road and dance with death on every occasion? Who's that speaking? Isn't it a great fortune that an E-rank hunter like you was able to grow this much? Isn't that right, Sung Jinwoo? And the person who's speaking to him is him, but back when he was still E-rank and weak. He's having an inner darkness moment right now. Kind of like what Jack went through Season 5 of Samurai Jack, where the evil Jack in his mind was just bashing him over the head at every turn. Jin is kind of having that moment right now. But that's the end of Chapter 41. Onwards to Chapter 42! I love this already. Why do you always move away from the safe road and dance with death on every occasion? Isn't it a great fortune that an E-rank hunter like you was able to grow this much? Isn't that right, Sung Jin-woo. Chapter 32. Wow, is this really me? I can't believe that we're the same person. You've grown taller, gained a lot of muscle, and look sharper. You look quite strong as well. But the only thing that changed was your appearance. You're still a weakling. What's the difference between you and me? You got yourself in a situation where you're in front of death's door of death once more. Why did I think he was saying death's door? I'm so used to that. You got yourself in a situation where you're in front of death once more. And it shows a knight just trying to bear down on him, and Sung and Jin just, uppercuts him out of existence. He just uppercuts him. It just knocks him out. E-rank hunter Sung Jin-woo. In the end, that's all you are. If you don't know how to control yourself, your courage becomes recklessness. Shut up. And he's just fighting more and more. And another knight is in front of him, and and he actually hits Jin in the side with his mace. That's gotta hurt. Getting hit in the side with a ridged object, that's gotta hurt. I don't know about Jin's entire durability, but still, you're getting hit in the side. That's where your ribs are. And he gets hit in the side, and the knight actually hits him and punches him into the ground with a lot of force. Yeah. And all the knights are surrounding him while this one knight holds him down. You have a long way to go. From now on, you have to kill more people and sacrifice or leave behind a lot of people, including friends and family. You will be the one to bring about your own demise. What? It's the same as back then, but what happened after that? I can't remember. And then it's showing his daily quest. Push-ups, curl-ups. Wait. Push-ups, curl-ups, curl-ups again, squats, and running. Is that supposed to be there? I don't think there's supposed to be 2 instances of curl-ups. Failing to complete this daily quest will bring a punishment associated with this quest. Oh, snap! I was just talking about this! What if he had a daily quest? What if he had a daily quest while he was doing this? And it's popping up and it's counting down. He only has seconds left to complete it, otherwise he must pay the penalty. What? Is the daily quest ending? They say that luck is also a skill. It looks like leaving you to die here is too much of a waste for it. See ya. And then the second ends. You have failed to complete the daily quest. And before the knight can deliver the final blow, when it's supposed to say sit-ups, okay, so that one didn't get put right. That didn't get transferred rights. Push-ups, curl-ups, sit-ups, and then the run. And the squats and the running. But before the knight can deliver the coup de grace, it looks surprised as Jin is teleported to the penalty zone. He's out of harm's way of the knights. But the giant centipedes? That's a whole different story. This is the penalty zone? Wait, did I do my daily quest today? I thought this would be over quickly and I could finish it in one night. This isn't good. I better get a job quickly and finish my daily quest. And he's remembering back to all the stuff he was talking about, thinking back to what happens if he fails to complete it. I almost forgot about that, but hey, it's just, now we know. He kind of got saved from getting killed by the knights by getting dropped into the penalty zone. Looking back, I really didn't do today's daily quest, so the time for it ran out. What good timing. To think that I would come out alive from this situation. And his hit points are only at 93, which means that he could have died had that knight actually hit him, even with perseverance activated. And his fatigue is at a 91. Good luck. The longer you last, the more points you can collect that will place you into a higher tier job. Was the quest so hard that that it had to wish me luck? Or did it mean to encourage me to get a high amount of points? Luck, coincidence, call it whatever you like. Store. And then he brings up his inventory. Then he's got a lot more items than I thought. He has a normal restoration. Oh, wait. Never mind. It's the store, not inventory. And since he has a ton of gold, he can just get... I see a normal restoration potion, a heroic, a legendary, and a mythical. Is he going to get the mythical? I think it's the first time that my fatigue went above 90. Since I'm stacked with gold, I should use the highest grade potion. Your fatigue has been restored. Your fatigue is being restored. Your fatigue is being restored. While my fatigue can be restored, my health cannot. Looks like potions don't restore HP if I'm seriously wounded. It looks like the only way is to wait until it naturally restores itself. I don't know about the job change quest dungeon zone, but maybe I'll be able to heal my HP through leveling up in here. Even if I might die in one hit. And then he just cracks his neck as his eyes glow as he says, I've never felt better. The question is if the monsters will help me level up. The question is if the monsters will help me level up. Had to do the right inflection for that. But I shouldn't have worried about that. And then it shows like I see 4 centipede monsters coming out of the sand, and they launch towards him. And he actually jumps on top. See you? Sure, if we can survive until the end. And he just willingly jumps on the head of one of the centipedes and stabs it in the head. Alarm, penalty quest, survive. Goal, survive until the time runs out. Time required, 4 hours. Remaining time, it's going to require him to survive for 4 hours. 4 hours! If the pain doesn't kill me, it will only make me stronger. And then the remaining time still says 4 hours. And that's the end of chapter 42. Woo, boy! Can't wait to play me some video games. Also, we're getting down to the last 2 days, everyone. Last 2 days when the Xbox, I think, is already being released today. And then the PlayStation 5 is, PS5 is being released on Thursday. So, really hoping I can get my hands on one. Like I said in my community post, I'd rather not bring new games to the channel if they are also releasing on the PS5. Pardon me. Because I want to play those games at the highest capability possible on the PS5, with the PS5. So, I'll probably still be playing some other games that I have, but until I get the PS5, I won't be playing any other games, unless you guys really want me to play them that are also being released on the PS4 as well. But, yeah, Lord willing, get my hands on PS5 this week. If not, then we'll just keep trying until we get one. But I'm waiting at least a month so they can knock out the bugs. Hey, that's not a bad option. And then we're cutting to Jin's house, and there's I do this every console release. Part of me wanted to do that, but also part of me wants to just get it so that I can just play some games like Borderlands and all other games on there as well. We all know there's going to be bugs and issues once this console comes out. All we can do is just hope that Sony responds to them extremely fast, because there's nothing worse than releasing a console and it is broken at launch. I mean, look at Avengers. That was broken at launch and now there's barely anyone playing it. Read that the PS5 has some bugs with downloading games. Definitely something that Sony needs to get to work on. But we cut back to Jin's house. Let me stay focused here, because that's why the last stream was so long. I kept monologuing. So apologies for that. But we're back at Jin's house, and we see Jinna.
What a strange dream. What? Isn't he back home yet? Is he still working this late? Or maybe he got a girlfriend? No, there's no way he could ever get one. I definitely told him that there is a parent-teacher meeting today. He'll come, right?
And starts chapter 43. Penalty quest, survive until the time runs out. Time required 4 hours. Remaining time 15 minutes and 22 seconds. And it shows that Jin is still You cooked eggs on your 360 before? Really don't think that should be possible. I don't think a console should be that hot where it can cook stuff. That's a fire hazard. But it shows a centipede bearing down on Jin, but Jin just decapitates it with Vital Strike. Vital Strike skill has leveled up. You've leveled up, you've leveled up, you've leveled up, you've leveled up. Can't wait until the PS5 launches. I'll finally be able to afford a PS4. But Jin has been very busy all these hours. He's killed every centipede that has come up against him. 2005 was an odd year. Yeah, it was, but 2005 is also the same year that we got our hands on Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, so it may have been odd, but it's also one of the best years overall. What in the world is this? Oh. I'm still getting comments on my My Hero Monday videos, so that's just surprising that these still pop up. I'm still surprised by it. Hold on, let me just put this on silent. Okay, well, I'll just leave it as is. Alright, let me get back to it, because I will get distracted again at some point. I just know it, and then I'll be apologizing again. Once again, apologies. As expected, penalty zones allow you to heal through leveling up. Since I can use the store as well, I can keep healing the rest with potions. His name's Sung Jin Woo! Level. So it was also the year YouTube came out. Back when YouTube was a place where you can upload videos and entertain people, and there wasn't so many copyrights. There wasn't so many people saying, you can't have this video, but have that same type of video up, and that's fine. You know, back when there was freedom in creativity, rather than limitations. But I digress. Name, Sung Jin Woo, level 51. Hit points are at 11,000, with magic at 1,022, with no fatigue. Penalty quest survive. He has 3 minutes and 19 seconds. 3 minutes before I return to the job change quest. I still have some time to prepare. Rasaka's fang isn't enough to pierce through the knight's defense. I'll have to do everything I can. I need a stronger weapon. Store. And where there wasn't censorship. Yeah. Okay, so a dagger suitable for piercing heavy armor. And we see here in the store, he has a guardian saber that's 890,000 gold. Then we have an oracle sword, a stone axe, and a night killer. Oh! What are the odds that the item he needs will take most of his gold away? But at the same time, if he had not beaten Igris, he would not have the amount of gold necessary in order to get this Night Killer dagger, which actually looks kind of sick. Found it. You have purchased Night Killer. 2,800,000 gold. It's a bit expensive, but with this, it'll be different from last time. Item, Night Killer. Item class, B. Type dagger with a plus 75 points in attack. Effect, Night Slayer. If used against an opponent with heavy armor, your attacks deal 25 additional damage. This dude is gonna wreck them. If I do this, then I won't drop my weapon like I did with the Hearthstone. You have purchased Bandage, and he just wraps the bandage around his hand and the knife. There's no other way. I have to try it out. I also have this. Runestone Dominator's Touch. A skill can be obtained by breaking the rune. The runestone I obtained from taking down Gante Shik lets me absorb and learn stealth. That means this time, skill Dominator's Touch has been learned. Skill Dominator's Touch, level 1. Active skill, no mana required. You can control objects without touching them. Oh, that is so hot, and it don't cost nothing. This dude can literally just pull his weapons to him like Neo did fighting those people at the Merovingian's mansion. A skill that doesn't require mana. Its effectiveness seems to be pretty good just from reading the description. Could it be what that guy used? Although I don't think I'll be able to move objects that are too big. It did not move as your proficiency is too low, and he tries to move the centipede. Notice that it said it did not move as your proficiency is too low. Is this dude gonna get straight up telekinesis? If he levels up his Dominator's Touch, dude's just gonna be lifting giant objects. Just using the force. Penalty quest survive. He has 4 seconds, 3 seconds. This is my last chance. I guess this is the most I can prepare. And then the timer runs out. I'll have to leave the next part up to my luck. The penalty quest is concluding. And he's back in front of all of the knights again. Yo, he's about to wreck shop. Their numbers grew immensely within a few hours. Because there's a lot more knights than there were before. And they all try to rush him. And they all get sliced apart. Not, dented armor and broken armor. They are literally sliced clean through. Like butter. Sliced through like butter. A knight looks on, and his head is sliced all the way. Knight Killer's effect is definitely helpful. It's so much more effective than just fighting with my bare hands. Even though he's capable of fighting with his bare hands, Mace Windu style, the knife is nice. And all of them there's something discomforting about this stage. All of them are just staring at him as he's slicing them all apart. I don't feel my level rising at all, even when I'm up against these numbers. In the penalty zone, I killed the centipedes and leveled up, and even that Commander Igris gave me experience. The system said that the healing effect from leveling up would be restricted. Not leveling up itself was restricted. Although the magicians have been using incantations all this time, they haven't directly attacked me even once. Only the knights have been attacking. Then what magic could the magicians be casting? A debuff of some kind of curse magic? No, I can't feel anything like that. Summoning magic? As time passes, the knights appear from the gate and increase their numbers. No matter how many I strike down, knights won't give me experience. These aren't normal monsters. They are monsters that have been summoned by someone else, so they don't give any experience. The summoners were the last ones that came out of the gate. Magicians! Oh, he knows where to go for. It's cool. I can listen to this live stream like a podcast. That's cool. It's cool. It's you guys. And he takes out one of the magicians, and he throws one of his daggers at it. It's you guys! You have slain a magician. And the magician falls to the ground, and so do the knights that specific magician summoned. Kind of like killing a White Walker will kill the adjacent zombies that are around them. Skill dagger throw has been learned. He can throw his dagger, and now he has the ability to call objects back to him. He knows the saber throw from Star Wars now. In fact, it seems like the knights were being summoned through the gate by the magicians. This is not the end. I have to find the remaining magicians. Skill, stealth level 1. Active skills, 200 mana. Magician is using skill detection. All the mages are using detection. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sets of eyes. You may have found my position, but thanks to that, I found yours as well. Because when they use detection, an actual eye pops up above their heads, which makes them easy to sift through with all the armies of knights that are there right now. There are 5 magicians remaining. And then we have, and it just shows the items again. It shows the Knight Killer, and it shows the Dominator's Touch, level 1, and it shows Dagger Throw. Skill Dagger Throw. Active skill, 30 mana, dagger only. Deal damage by throwing your dagger. As the skill levels increase, damage and accuracy will increase as well. And that is the end of Chapter 43. We are making good time, everybody. Looks like demonic googly eyes. It looks like someone wanted to make an Eye of Sauron, but couldn't because they couldn't make fire float. So they decided to just make one out of paper mache and hang it above their heads. But onwards to Chapter 44. This is not the end. I have to find the remaining magicians. And of course it shows the last couple of pages we went through. Onwards to Chapter 44. And it shows the knife that was in the first magician flying right back to Jin's hand. Oh, that is so useful. Telekinesis would be so useful in any situation. And then he just uses his daggers to just slice apart another magician. You have slain a magician. Only 4 left. He's dual wielding daggers. He's a dual blades master from Monster Hunter. And he's just slashing through knights with the Night Killer. And he's taking out magicians with his other sword. Taking out magicians with his other dagger. And every time he's throwing his dagger, he's throwing it at knights. And, whoa! Hold on. Dominator's touch. He gets rid of his Rasaka Fang and uses Dominator's touch on the face of a knight and crushes it. This dude knows Force Crush! He knows the ways of the Sith!
The dark side is a pathway to many abilities some would consider to be unnatural.
Dude knows Force Crush! And just crushes the head! Dude is a Sith! Or a Grey Jedi. That's... I'll slice you all to pieces. And he just dashes towards where the knights are. And all you see in the next panel is just piles of knight bodies of all the knights he's taken out. He's standing over them like Kenpachi did when Unohana found him for the first time in Bleach. And he gets stabbed in the back by... He gets stabbed in the side by one of the knights. One of the knights actually manages to land a blow on him. But Jin spins around, slices not only the sword that the knight is holding, but also the head clean off of the knight as well. And of course he takes the pieces out. How long are you going to hide behind your knights? And he uses Dominator's touch on the magician and pulls him, so he knows Force. He knows the ways of the Force. Dude just pushes his hand out and he grabs the magician by the throat and kills it. You have slain a magician. And now there's 3 left, and those 3 magicians all pull together to bring up another portal. What is going on? And something is happening to the body of the knights. And they've all turned into a giant amalgamation of metal. They basically just made a golem. Yeah, he says a golem. A golem? And it tries to crush Jin because Jin is on its back, and he tries to crush Jin by slamming it into the roof. But Jin, Jim, he fast, so he jump off real quick, and now he get off the back of the golem, so he gone. But Jin lands, and the golem tries to smash him, and the golem is constantly punching the ground to where Jin is. Kind of like how that giant man did with Saitama back then in the first episode. But Jin is completely unscathed. The Last Jedi Luke style, where he's just survived it all. The numbers decreased in exchange for destructiveness. Now's the time. And he takes all 3 of the magicians out in a single strike. And then the golem falls because it no longer has a flow of magic to keep it going. That's why you always take out the support first. And then all the rest of the knights fall to the ground. It would have taken more time if they weren't grouped up while summoning the golem. Is it over? And he lasted 4 hours and 29 minutes and 16 seconds. All the monsters in the room have been slain. The quest will end now. Or will something else appear? You will be able to choose a class based on the amount of points you have collected. It's over. I'll get a job now. Since I use a dagger, it's obvious I should choose Assassin. A job will be granted after the player's actions have been analyzed. Granted. I'm not allowed to choose? I put all my stats in strength and agility. I'll probably either get warrior due to my high strength or assassin because of my agility. Or perhaps a tank is possible as well with my high vitality stat. It'll be one of those 3. Either way, I'll become stronger. Wherever the player goes, the Reaper follows. The player's path is littered with corpses and the smell of blood. What is it saying? No, what is it saying? Rhetorical question, don't say anything. As the player possesses strength, he does not leave anything to his teammates and overcomes everything with his own strength. From the text, it seems like warrior. Your desire for strength burns strong enough to call those who wander the valley of death, and the army of the dead who follows your commands shall create a path where your thread will be the law, and you would never need another's help again. Army of the dead. Yo! I just got a thought. Is he becoming a necromancer? Army of the dead. Wait, what's this? This is my job? Your job? And it blocks it from view. No one say anything. No one say anything. No one say anything. I want to see it. I actually just put the window up, so if you guys say anything in chat, I'm not seeing it, but it blocks his view. But the way they're making it sound like his new job class is going to turn him into a necromancer. And then it just shows the Night Killer and the Rasaka Fang, and that's the end of chapter 44. Onwards to chapter 45. You need to explain yourself, chapter. Army of the Dead. Wait, what's this? This is my job, and it blocks it from view. Chapter 45. Your job is necromancer. What? Dude who put all his power into strength, put all his power into agility, put all of his power into all of his other stats, and this man gets the job of necromancer. Of all the possible jobs he could possibly get, this man is becoming Einzulgun. What? That's not how you pronounce it, but Einzulgun. What? Is he becoming an overlord? Your job is necromancer. Necromancer. What? I haven't even touched the intelligence stats once, so why? Magic subclass, necromancer. A grim magician and the undead army that follows. Yo, this dude, the dude technically is like a grim reaper with his level of skill. I don't know if there are necromancers among hunters, but in games and stores, they are the type of class to leave most of the fighting to their minions. I was a fighting type since I registered as an E rank. From the beginning, I only used swords and daggers, and the skills I learned all resembled those of an assassin's. So why was this class chosen? Been waiting for you to get to this point since you started reading. Okay, here's the thing. It's kind of funny because this is also kind of the class I tend to go with in games as well. Whether I'm playing Diablo or playing Skyrim, I'm good at being a necromancer. As dark as that may seem, I'm good at it in games. So this hits close to me because this is one of my favorite classes to play in games. Skills, passive skills, unknown, level max, perseverance, level 1, advanced dagger arts, level 1, active skills, sprint, level 2, bloodlust, level 1, vital strike, level 2, dagger throw, level 1, and stealth, level 1. And then class skills, active skills, shadow extraction, and save shadow. Wait, what? Shadow extraction, save shadow?
These look new to me. You care to explain?
Stay calm. If I had to pick out of the pros of necromancers, probably the fact that you can make your own army like the system said. But such slaves cannot become stronger. It's possible that my stats might become useless. And then it shows his stats. Strength 132, Vitality 91, Agility 111, Intelligence 70, and Senses at 93. Alarm. Will you accept your job? Accept or refuse? I would accept, okay? Can I be honest? I would accept because, hey, I mean, you can be a necromancer and you can do for the Force. You can be a good guy. Even though it may look twisted and wrong, you can technically be a good guy. What? I have a choice? If I decline, I hope I can still earn a job. I'll refuse. Necromancer is a hidden class. Do you still wish to refuse? Hidden class? Accept boy, accept the class. Hidden class? A hunter that can create powerful shields. A hunter that can give targeted buffs even though they aren't a healer. White Tiger Guild's master S-rank Bak Yoon Ho is rumored to be able to transform into a monster. So is he a werewolf or something? All the hunters with those unique abilities are employed by major guilds and have a lot of power. Does hidden class mean a unique ability like the ones those hunters use? There's no need for me to think so deeply if I'm able to experience having Necromancer as a job firsthand. Ah. Right, those magicians can be said to have used a similar ability to that of a necromancer's. It's as if somebody wanted to show me a sample of the skill. I don't know who created it, but it's a fun plot. I have fighting abilities as well. These magicians do not. If a magician that had close combat abilities and could create his own army, he would be able to clear B or even higher ranked dungeons by themselves. Yo! He's already seeing the perks of being a necromancer! In this game, your ability is dependent on skills, levels, and stats. That means the summon can also become stronger. This isn't solo leveling anymore. Yo! Your job class has been chosen! Based on the amount of points you obtained, you will be given a chance to promote to a superior class. You have exceeded the expected playtime. Points will be added. You did not use a Hearthstone. Points will be added. Final health is above 50. Points will be added. All enemies have been slain. Points will be added. The total points have exceeded the feat limit. And all it shows is just shadows. Just starting to eke their way towards Jin. No spoilers. This chapters make last week's chapters make so much sense now. Wait, dude, he got a buff. He's not just a basic. You will be promoted from Necromancer to Shadow Lord. So what? What do you mean? What do you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me that Necromancer was the hidden class? And because he did so well, he got a superior version of the Necromancer class? Dude! You're no longer a Necromancer! You're the Shadow Lord!
In the first stage, when the shadows first lengthened, he alone stood amongst all the carnage that he could muster.
Like, this is this dude right now! Shadow Lord, a promotion? You have learned a job-exclusive skill. You have obtained bonus stats. You have obtained the title, the one who overcame adversary or adversity. Both kind of fit, but I feel like adversity would fit better here. Just me, but still. Proper translation, you will be promoted from Necromancer to Shadow Monarch. That just sounds amazing. An instant promotion. I probably gained the rights to promote because of the accumulated points. Because if he were to be a warrior, he would become a berserker. And if he was a knight, he would become a swordmaster. It's showing the list. If he was a magician, he would become a grand magician. If he was a necromancer, well, it shows him as a shadow lord. If I didn't obtain all those points, all those bonus points, I probably would have had to stay as a necromancer for a while. I can hear some sort of scream. A scream of pain. Shadow extraction can be used on this target. Letting him know that all the knights he just beat, he can raise. Wait, can he raise them? Shadow extraction can be used on this target. Of course, this is a necromancer's ability. All this is going on, and I still remember that Jinna still has that parent-teacher meeting. I really hope he makes it in time. Please don't say anything if he does or does not. I want to read when that moment happens. Of course, this is a necromancer's ability. Shadow extraction is definitely a skill that is used for turning corpses into summonable beings. If a necromancer is a commander type job, please select your command phrase for shadow extraction. Command phrase. Arise. Yo, and all the shadows stand up. as the shape of the knights, as the shadows turn into hands that shape themselves into the shape of the knights and crawl out of the bodies. It's like the Night King from Game of Thrones, where he just simply raises his arms. You know, back when the Night King was threatening. Before Season 8. I like that you remember little subplots like that. I've become better at remembering little things that are happening because of the awkward... I tend to remember awkward situations and things that could possibly happen to cause more awkward situations, so that's why I was remembering that a little bit better. But overall, over time, I've become better at remembering little subplots that are going on. So even though he's testing out his power, Jenna still got that parent-teacher meeting that they got to go to, so really hope he makes it in time. But then shadow soldiers just stand up. This is pretty cool. And all the knights that were there trying to kill him all stand before him, saying, "What is thy bidding, my lord?" Yo! Now we get to find out what these moves are! Shadow Extraction Level 1. Job-specific skill, no mana required. This is a skill that requires no magic, which means he can do it whenever he wants. This is an OP skill already. A shadow soldier is created from a body without life by taking out its mana. The chance of failure okay, here we see. Now we see the drawbacks. The chance of failure increases the higher the target's stats are and the more time passed since the target's death. Shadows are able to be extracted 30 of 30. So it does have drawbacks. If the stats are too high and if it's been too long since if it's been too long since the target has died, then it's more difficult for him to actually raise it. But if they're weaker than him and he raises them immediately after killing them, OP skill, just raise them back up. Then we have Save Shadow. Job-specific skill, no mana required. Two job-specific skills that require no magic, which means there are no limitations to how often he can use it as long as he meets the prerequisite of this skill, which is sick. You Save Shadow Level 1. You absorb created shadow soldiers and save them. Save soldiers can be summoned and reabsorbed whenever and wherever the animator desires. And he can save 20. These are skills he can level up. You know how OP this is? I feel like, even though it says level 1, the more he uses this skill and levels it up, it's going to become more and more and more potent. So that means he'll be able to hold more shadows, and he'll be able to extract more shadows, and he'll be able to raise people, and maybe even constantly increase the window of how long he can go before he can just raise people up. Which I already think of combat capabilities of this. If he can get it to a high enough level where he can extend the period of time that he has to wait, he can go before it becomes impossible for the shadow to go up. He can fight people, and then he can make it seem like he's just not going to use it at all. Then when enough time passes and he allows people to think they have the upper hand, he just pulls a Night King and raises all the people that were dead throughout the fight that he's taken out, and he uses them against the remaining people. I see that as a combat tactic. I'm already thinking of tactics right now, and it's so sick. And then when he's done, and there's enough time, when he levels up Save Shadow, he can just absorb all those shadows and use them again later. This is such a crazy powerful skill. And this is only the level 1 version! Does that mean I can turn all the dead guys into summonable beings? Shadow Infantry level 1, rank normal. And the Shadow Magician level 1, rank elite. 27 infantry and 3 magicians. I can create up to 30 shadow soldiers, but only save 20 of them. You have reached the shadow extraction limit, 30 of 30. What if I obtain the shadow of an A or S rank hunter? He stares at Igris. Oh, I honestly don't think you're strong enough to take Igris. My arsenal now contains 2 beings with A rank or strong skills. Shadow extraction can be used on this target. He's going to take Igris. If you want to use shadow extraction again, you must send 1 or more shadow soldiers to the world of nothingness through extraction cancel. I'll have to remove the weakest 11. I'm sorry, even though I called you. Cancel extraction on 11 infantry units. You cannot recall shadow soldiers that have been sent to nothingness. So when he sends them to the world beyond, never to return, they can never return. And then he looks over at Igris. Blood Red Commander Igris. If I have this guy as my servant, arise. Yo! What is happening? There's a lot of feedback happening, and it's... You failed to extract the shadow. What? You still have 2 chances remaining. See, I had a feeling it wasn't gonna be so simple as him raising Igris, because Igris is an absolute unit. The biggest unit I've seen in this series thus far, though I feel like I'm gonna come across some more as I keep reading. But you honestly didn't think you were gonna raise literally the most powerful thing you have ever faced, even with your strength, and just do it on the first try, did you? Nah, son, you got to earn that. You still have 2 chances remaining. It's not easy. The extraction rate is based on the target's stats and the time after death. This guy is a boss monster, and it's been over 4 hours since its death, so of course it will be difficult. And then we just see the stat page for the shadow extraction level again. 2 chances remaining. Arise. Then there's feedback once again. You have failed to extract the shadow. You still have 1 chance remaining. Throne. Stop protecting the seat of someone who has already left, and try protecting me who is in front of you. And then the speech bubble changes from a white and black to a black and red. Arise. Then there's massive power feedback as it shows oh! Yo, it's happening. It's happening. Blood Red Igris. No, that's too edgy. Igris of the Blood Red. Come on, bro. Simply Igris. You have upgraded the Shadow. Shadow's level will be 7. Shadows higher than rank Knight can be named. Yo, you are now Igris. Yo, this dude looks amazing! Yo, I thought Igris looked absolutely sick and all red, but seeing a shadow version of him that's all jet black with flaming blue eyes, that is godlike! Yo, solo leveling, where have you been all my life? That is sick! Shadow Igris the Shadow! He's no longer Igris the Blood Red! He's Igris the Black Shadow. Yo! Yo, that is so sick! I love that! I can't stop. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be scrolling down, but I can't stop looking at this panel where it just shows Igris just standing there in all jet black. Igris, level 7, rank Knight. Sick! You have successfully extracted the shadow. And then it shows Jin's stats. Let's go through them all. Name, Sung Jinwoo. Job, Shadow Lord. Level 51 with 0 fatigue. Title, Wolf Slayer plus 1 more. Hit points at 11,035. Magic at 1,022. Strength at... Don't you feel bad for not reading this sooner? I know I did. Yeah, I kind of do. I was wondering what... I was thinking, like, I'll get to it eventually. But now that I'm reading it, I'm like, why did it take me so long? Strength at 132, agility at 111, senses at 93, vitality at 91, and intelligence at 70. Physical damage reduction 46%. 10 remaining points that he can put into other stats, which makes me wonder if he's going to start putting points into intelligence now. Skills! Passive skills. Unknown skill that is maxed out. We still don't know the specifics of. Perseverance, level 1. Advanced Dagger Arts, level 1. Sprint, level 2. Bloodlust, level 1. Vital Strike, level 2. Dagger Throw, level 1. Stealth, level 1. Class skills, active skills, Shadow Extraction, and Save Shadow, level 1s, respectively. And then we have equipped items. The Red Knight's Helmet, S rank. Warden's Necklace, A rank. High Knight Chestplate, B rank. High Knight's Gauntlet, B rank. High Magician's Ring, B rank. And Assassin's Boot, C rank. Title, The one who overcame adversity or adversary. A title given to those who overcame adversary heroically. I still feel like that's adversity. A title given to those who overcame adversity heroically. Your stats increase proportionally to your missing health. 1% stat increase every 1 HP missing. I'm sorry? This dude gets buff the more he loses health. He's already at 11,000. If he keeps increasing his vitality, then every time his health goes down, he just gets slowly stronger and stronger and stronger as the fights go on. This dude is more OP than I thought. And then it shows Igris kneeling before him. Even though Igris is no longer the big boss that was fighting Jin, he's now serving him. Igris is still a straight up boss because he's like it's like Ainz and Albedo. If you can't beat Albedo, you're not beating Ainz. If people can't beat Igris, they're not beating Jin. And then all the knights all the other shadows that he summoned, all kneel before him. Yo, take good care of me. And that's the end of chapter 45! Yo, Shonen Sensei, you weren't kidding when you said chapters 41 through 50 were gonna be even crazier. Actually, all of y'all who were everyone, not just Shonen Sensei, but everyone who's telling me that the next 10 chapters were gonna be crazy. Y'all weren't kidding, and we only got 5 more to go. Now, what about that parent-teacher meeting? I feel like Jin needs to go. But onwards to chapter 46. And it's cutting to a nice, beautiful mountainside. And then a portal's opening up as Jin walks out. Chapter 46. And Jin is in bed and the phone is ringing. He missed it, didn't he? That is the only thing I can gather from. He's laying in bed, he's knocked out, and the phone is ringing. That is the only thing I can think of right now. He's missing the meeting. He's not there. Hello?
Huh? Are you still sleeping?
Yeah, I'm a bit tired.
Check the time!
What time is it?
2 o'clock!
What?
Do you remember that you have to come to school today?
By when do I have to get there?
5 o'clock!
I won't be late, so don't worry. Oh, he hasn't. He has to get there by 5, and it's 2 o'clock. How far away is this place for her to tell him that he has to be there by 5? It must be pretty far off. I won't be late, so don't worry.
As expected of my brother, call me before you arrive.
And then it shows Jin getting himself ready. Maybe I should dress better. I'm going to see my sister's teacher after all. And then it shows a number counter, 280.
Number 280. How may I help you?
I would like a new debit card and to update my bank book.
All right.
And then she looks at his stub and it shows 1.4 billion.
1.4 billion? He looks so young, so how? Oh, could you tell me what your job is?
I'm a hunter.
People say that hunters make quite a bit of money. I guess his rank is pretty high. Our bank has recently released a new product for VIP customers. It's been getting positive reactions from our customers. Do you want to try it out?
The raid with Jinho is making a lot of money. No, I'm fine. And then it cuts to the school, because there's like a football field. Or is it a baseball field? I think it's a baseball field.
Sung, are you really Sung Jinwoo?
What? Is it strange? And the dude is just rolling up with a collared shirt rolled up, even though just rolled up in black pants and everything.
Wow, so people can change this much?
I'm meeting my sister's teacher. Do you want me to come in a tracksuit and slippers? Which is how he was kind of looking. And then everyone is looking in his direction. Whoa, who's that?
Wow, he's so handsome.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Who's that, a graduate? I wouldn't forget a student as eye-catching as him. Is he a new professor?
Everyone's just gawking at big old buff chiseled Jin. Here comes the chiseled Jin.
Isn't that Jenna with him? Looks like he's her brother. Wow, you're pretty popular. That's right. You don't have a girlfriend, no? What were you doing last night that kept you out so late? Should I introduce you to a cute student?
Don't make fun of me. And in this panel, he almost pulls half her face off. It's for comedic effect, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
And then in the consultation room, Jenna's brother. Who's this? Oh, this is her teacher.
Jenna's brother? Nice to meet you. I'm her teacher. I didn't know Jenna had such a cool brother.
She looks like a nice, wholesome lady. Although I graduated from this school, this is my first time seeing this teacher.
Please, take a seat.
Thank you.
You don't have to worry since Jenna has a good personality and a kind disposition. She's a model student, so I don't have to worry that much either.
Sorry, just making sure my mute button works, because I didn't double check before I started the stream, but making sure that my stream deck works.
She's a model student, so I don't have to worry that much either. Do you know that Jenna is out aiming for a medical college?
Yes. Her marks are good.
Her marks are good, and her academic report is also good, so I think she can make it. But don't put too much pressure on her.
Okay.
I heard that you are working as a hunter. Perhaps, if Jenna was determined to have abilities, would you make her do hunter work?
No.
As expected. The reason I am asking these things is because recently there is a student that is trying to quit school after being determined to have awakened. Now, this student isn't even attending school anymore. If this keeps going, the school will have no choice but to take measures. Even if one becomes a hunter, isn't it good to get graduation papers? Since I don't know much about hunters, I have to ask about these things.
What rank did that student receive?
I heard that it's the lowest rank, E rank.
This student will die sooner or later.
If you're fine with it, I want to ask you a favor. That student happens to be Jenna's friend. Could you talk to her so that she's at least willing to graduate?
Jenna's friend?
Yes, she's a female student called Han Sung-yi.
Oh! The high school student that's joining in the raids! That's this student! Putting two together, gears are a-turning. She's a female student called Hong Song-yi. It's her! The little hoodie, the pink hoodie wearing high school student. And it's showing, and I guess it's showing her walking away from her house, I guess. Miss, what did you say her name was?
Han Song-yi. Do you know her?
Korea is small after all. As expected, it was you.
Mister, why are you here?
And that's the end of chapter 46. Onwards to chapter 47. I knew it. I put two and two together. Is a kid even allowed to do raids? If an underage kid is awakened, then there's no law banning them from raids. You're a high schooler, right? Do you have any raid experience? E rank, I assume.
What happened? The hunter my teacher wanted to introduce me to was you, mister?
Are you friends with her? And he shows a picture of him and Jenna in the same photo together, but he's not exactly happy to be in it because it's like an Instagram filter. He's got like a little Kuma bear at the back with a heart mark on his face, while Jenna has like cat ears and extra stuff. This is one reason why I am not on, no, not Instagram, but Snapchat. Snapchat filters.
Is that Jenna? Are you perhaps Jenna's brother? I even visited the hospital with her once, but I didn't see her face. If you're Jenna's brother, I can see why you're acquainted with my teacher.
We're not really acquaintances.
I don't know what my teacher said to you, but I don't plan on returning to school. I don't plan to quit being a hunter either.
You're an E rank, right? Normal attacks will not work on monsters. You'll need a weapon imbued with magic. If you do end up purchasing a weapon, it'll wear out quickly and you're forced to purchase another. It's not a profitable business. So do you plan on fighting with your bare fists? You aren't dreaming of becoming a full-fledged hunter just because you made some money from our raid team.
Enough with the lecture. Mister is also an E rank.
Oh, she's quite persistent. Well, I was the same. Don't worry, I wasn't planning on convincing you to quit.
Huh?
It's hard to accept the reality until you face the cold and cruel world with your own eyes.
Then, why are you here?
To turn you into a great hunter. Yo! Jin is gonna become a sensei? Sensei Jin? And there's someone we're at an airport now. The atmosphere sure is different. Oh, is that the dude? Is this, Dong Suk's brother? I forgot I gave him a voice. The atmosphere sure is different. I ended up visiting South Korea earlier than I expected. You're here. Oh, look who it is. Long time no see. Hey! It's your boy. Woo. It's your boy Woo. What business does Korean Hunters Guild Woo Jinjul have here? It's only natural that a hunter from the monitoring division is here to receive and observe the S-rank hunters arriving in Korea. Monitoring division. You're still working as that old geezer chairman Go Gun-hee's right arm. If it was me, I would have cut off his left arm, made sure he couldn't do anything without his right arm, and take over everything.
How long do you plan on staying?
I don't plan on staying in Korea for too long. I'll return after I finish some business. Don't worry.
Because we know that he intends to go after Jin and Jinho. The man who has abandoned his homeland and moved to the United States has. Oh, wait. I don't plan on staying in Korea for too long. I'll return after I finish some business. Don't worry. The man who has abandoned his homeland and moved to the United States has. Does it involve E-rank hunter Sung Jin-woo and D-rank hunter Yu Jin-ho?
As expected from a member of Monitoring Division, asking something he already knows about. Will you stop me? You? Stop me?
And then there's a red glow in his eyes and veins pop up along his head. Kind of like Doflamingo whenever he gets angry. But unlike Doflamingo, we can actually see this guy's eyes.
I'm just devoted to my job. I'm out of breath now that I'm at the airport. You're right, my chest feels heavy.
I like you. How about you join the Scavenger Guild? We can treat you better than that old geezer.
S-rank hunter Hwang Dong-soo. His brother Hwang Dong-suk has been in suspicion of murdering many hunters as if he was cutting a lizard's tail. The reason we couldn't start a proper investigation was due to his brother. They're truly brothers bound by blood. Even their lack of sentiment after cruel murders is the same. Despicable trash. Oh! It's good to know that Wu don't like him. It is so good. That puts him a lot higher on my ladder of characters that I like. Despicable trash. And then a portal opens. It has been a while. Long time no see, Chief An. I am the chief of the 2nd Department of Management, An Sang-min. I'm Hyun Ji-jul, an assistant from the same department. You're the student from before.
Hello.
E-rank. It should be nothing. No, since there's also the case of Hunter Sung Jin-woo, I shouldn't jump to conclusions. I was surprised when I received a call from Hunter Sung Jin-woo and wanted to experience a new recruiting training session. He must be interested in White Tiger Guild, right? Since it was a request from none other than Hunter Sung Jin-woo, I've accepted it without hesitation. Experiencing new recruits training session? This is good. If he gains interest after watching White Tiger's excellent training system, I've already explained it to the other hunters, so there's no need to worry. Since this is an area with a high concentration of gates, not many people live here anymore. 80% of the households have already left. They say it's been decided to shut down certain areas completely. A C-rank gate, perfect for a field trip, has opened here just in time. It's already past. Who's this speaking? Oh, it looks like a new dude.
It's already past 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Let's stop the chatter and get started. We're not here for a picnic.
And there's this dude in just very, very big armor. Very big and slightly spiky armor, which... Is that an axe and shield? That looks like an axe and shield. This dude's got a switch axe. Who is he?
He's our new A-rank recruit, but he seemed offended after hearing that I have accepted your request, saying that a dungeon isn't a place for fooling around. A-rank. His name is Kim Chul, and as you can see, he's a tank. This attack force is composed of 1 A-rank, 7 B-ranks, and 4 C-ranks, for a total of 12 people. It may seem like an overkill with the amount of A-rank and B-ranks participating in a C-rank gate, but they're still just new recruits. They must first gain some dungeon experience. But to bring in A-rank and 7 B-ranks, if the grade is too easy, the effects might diminish. No, rather she might realize the difference between herself and other hunters.
When do we enter?
Realize how helpless E-rank hunters are in dungeons.
Since the raid will become too easy if Hunter Sung Jin-woo participates, please just watch from the sideline.
Master, aren't you coming?
After you.
Oh, he's officially become a sensei. Sui. Hongyi? Gongyi? What is her name? I forgot her name. Ah! I literally just forgot her name. I know it starts with an I at the end with a hyphen, but I can't remember the first part before then. One of y'all will remind me. But she goes through the gate and walks in.
What? The sensation.
Chief, the gate is...
What is this? No way. The dimension is fluctuating like waves? Something is wrong. The sensation from the gate is completely different from before. What is this ominous sensation? It's dangerous. I have to get out of...
And before that happens, the gate changes. And it gains the same hue as a high-rank dungeon. This kind of reminds me of the Demon Castle dungeon. What happened? Is that Jin? Chief On, call the main attack force immediately! Yo, that's Jin! He's telling them something went wrong. Hunter Sung Jin-woo! Chief, what should we do about this? Hunter Sung Jin-woo has been sucked into the gate!
This isn't a problem that can be solved by just calling the main attack force. I must directly call the master.
It's a red gate! How does a red gate appear from a C-rank gate?
If that's true.
Oh, it's a new dude.
How does a C-rank... It's a red gate? How does a red gate appear from a C-rank gate? If that's true, I'll have to come check it out myself.
White Tiger Guild Master S-rank Bak Yoon-ho. Note Bayek and Ho in his name can be combined to spell White Tiger. Literally, White Tiger Guild Master S-rank White Tiger. That's his name! Onwards to Chapter 4! T8. I don't know why I was saying wrong numbers. An hour in, and we're doing pretty good so far. Though it does look like it's a tad bit dark on here. Hold on. Let me fix the brightness. Just a bit. So it's not too bad. Alright, back to it. I'm enjoying this so much. Chapter 48! Nice car. Oh, this is Wu still with Don-su. Nice car. It's still not enough. It's not appropriate enough to escort an S-rank hunter.
Well, at this speed, it'll be faster for me to run. Anyhow, how did my brother's funeral turn out?
We couldn't retrieve his body and the funeral was done privately. Would you like to visit the mortuary?
I have no interest in the...
I have no interest in the dead. I have some mistranslations again.
I have no interest in the dead. I'm only interested in my brother's scraps.
Then where do you wish to go?
The answer is obvious. The answer is obviously a dungeon. I'll find him in a dungeon. Lousy hunters are sure to be found in dungeons.
How do you plan on finding them with the countless number of gates in Korea?
That's not a problem in the 21st century. E-rank Sung Jin-woo. It looks like he just entered a dungeon. The rules inside a dungeon and out in this world are different. You must already know. Whether I bury them or not is none of your business, Wu Jin-shul.
Yes. Starting Chapter 48! And it's snowing. They've been transplanted into an, red gate. Where is this? This doesn't look like a dungeon. The gate has disappeared as well. I don't feel anything suspicious. Was it a gate to simply transfer... Was it a gate to simply transfer us into this world?
Is there something wrong with us?
And then, all of a sudden, ice arrows come flying out of nowhere, and Jin is fast enough to keep one from piercing into your girl's eyes. Like I said, I can't remember her name. But one hits another person, and hits them square in the face, and I'm pretty sure that was a headshot. Even though it shows it splattering over the guy's face, there is blood coming out the back of his head. So, some enemies got that boar skill. Yeah! What is this? It's an ambush! On the tree! It's them! Are they fighting elves? Legolas, what have you done? Ice elves?
Ice elves. At that distance, I can't sense them. Those who haven't met them have used the term ice elves, but those who have faced them in battle have used a different term. Unlike a beautiful term like elf, they derived a different term from watching them mercilessly hunt down hunters. Hyaki. It's shut tight. This is troubling. Wasn't this a C-rank gate?
Alright, so White Tiger's there now.
You're correct, sir. Did you call the Korean Hunter Guild?
Yes, but they're playing dumb and claiming it was definitely a C-rank gate.
Those idiots. Red gates only appear in high-ranked gates. They're saying the magical energy coming from a different world beyond this gate is just a C-rank? There must have been an error. The gate in front of me is at least B-rank. It must be A-rank or higher if we're unlucky.
Should we measure the gate with our own magical energy sensor?
Magical energy will stop flowing after the gate has turned red, so it'll be pointless. At this current state, there's no way to figure out the ranking. How many of our members have entered?
12 people, sir.
And how many of them are highly ranked hunters?
There's an A-rank hunter, Kim Shul, designated as a captain, and 7 B-rank hunters.
1 A-rank and 7 B-rank.
Will the new recruits be fine?
This gate must be either B-rank or A-rank. I'll exclude the possibility of S-rank that put the entire country in a state of emergency. If it's a B-rank, it'll at least require 3 A-rank hunters. But if it's an A-rank, it'll at least require 1 S-rank or 10 A-rank hunters.
That's the difference in abilities. If it's an A-rank, it requires 1 S-rank or 10 A-rank hunters. If it's B, it requires at least 3 A-rank hunters.
Therefore, if the gate's rank is A, we should consider all of them as good as dead. If they're lucky, maybe 2 or 3 A or B rank hunters will return alive. In fact, there are 2 other people inside that are not part of our guild. And who are they? One's a hunter that I've laid my eyes on recently. A hunter that piqued Chief Zan's eyes? That's right. And the ranking of that hunter, A or is it B? Then there's an S-rank hunter inside?
No. He's an E-rank. And it shows the aftermath of that guy getting an arrow shot in his face.
Their eyes are sharp. They managed to single out the 2 weakest hunters in the attack force.
And Jin just catches one of the arrows as it's like turning his body cold. Like it's got like ice magic on it, so it's freezing his body. Freezing his arm, but it's not really doing anything.
If this was 2 months ago, the arrows would have been aimed towards me.
And one of the ice elves are just doing you're going to die, you slit your throat type motion.
Oh?
And he just crushes the arrow in his hands, and all the ice effects that was on his hand are now gone. I am definitely going to play me some games when I'm done with this. Like I do every time I'm done reading Solo Leveling. It just compels me to play more and more games. Alright, I'm back. The family came in and they was talking to me for a little bit. Onwards! So, the Snow Elf says he's gonna kill him, and then Jin's eyes glint with anticipation. Oh, and he crushes the arrow. And then the elves just straight up flash step off the trees. I'll kill you with my own hands.
I don't think they're welcoming us.
Oh, wait. I don't think they're welcoming us. I'm not sure how many of you guys have understood the situation yet, but we are inside of a red gate. We cannot return until all of us are dead or the dungeon opens.
A red gate?
Mister, what is a red gate?
It's a special gate that connects us to another world. Once we step our foot inside, the gate closes off completely and no one else can come and help. It's a place we cannot escape until the boss is killed or the dungeon opens on its own. In other words, we're stranded.
And that's the end of chapter 48. Onwards to chapter 49. We are making good time, ladies and gentlemen. A red gate? And then he's going through the whole explanation again. Onwards to chapter 49.
I'll introduce myself once again. I am the A-rank hunter Kim Chu. Now that we know this is a red gate, I'll take responsibility for your survival. But I will not be premature and claim that all of you will be able to return back alive. We must wait countless months for the dungeon to open, and there's no guarantee that we'll survive. A red gate's rank is at least B. In a dangerous place like this, it'll be difficult to manage a large number of people. That's why I will form a separate team to clear the dungeon with me. What? If we stay here, we'll either die from the cold or get ambushed. Even if no one wants to clear the dungeon with me, I will go alone. Who wishes to join me? Let's go together.
Let's go together. I'll go as well.
They will have a higher chance of survival by sticking with an A-rank hunter. Not you. And another one tries to join in. And you as well. It's unfortunate, but I cannot bring anyone that's C-rank or lower. One day spent in a red gate is only an hour outside. In the worst situation, countless months can pass before the boss is killed or the dungeon is open.
So time moves at a different pace when you're in a dungeon. Well, when you're in a red gate. Specifically a red gate. Time moves differently. Months and years can just feel like hours and possibly days. in comparison to how long you spend in a red gate. So that's definitely different from your regular dungeon.
One day spent in a red gate is only an hour outside. In the worst situation, countless months can pass before the boss is killed or the dungeon is opened. In such situation, I cannot bring any dead weight with me.
We're dead weight?
Don't be so disappointed. If you guys manage to survive until we take down the boss, you can also return safely.
But still.
Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. It's okay to switch sides for me, right?
Oh, there's another character who's specifically drawn in a way that should draw attention to her more than anyone else in the group.
It's okay to switch sides for me, right?
As you wish. Switching sides instead of sticking with the A rank. Is it sympathy? Who is this woman? Since there's a vacant spot, I'll take one more person from that side.
Me! I'll go!
Kim Chu, that person, he doesn't notice the arrows coming. You're not in E rank, right?
Who is this lady?
To gain Hunter Sung Jinwoo's trust, I kept this a secret, but I'm sure he's someone who has reawakened. Are you sure? It's not just a speculation. I wasn't able to get a definite answer. Well, it is, but then the only person I can put my faith in is Kim Chul. If the master meant Hunter Sung Jinwoo himself, he would have understood. Kim Chul shouldn't have any problems.
Chief of the 1st Department of Management, Ju Sung Shan.
Hunter Kim Chul's training results are very impressive. He wouldn't fall behind the current White Tiger Guild's main attack force members in a contest of strength. Thank goodness, Kim Chul is an A rank. He's not someone that can be simply ignored even among the highly ranked hunters. With that person as the raid captain, he could command the B rank hunters well enough to clear the dungeon. From the rumors that were whispered, an E rank hunter with a possibility of being reawakened? That's what you were saying, right? Our Kim Chul is far superior compared to such a hunter with no foundation.
No, he ain't.
We'll see who's right when they get out.
And then... oh, Wu's there. And if Wu's there, then so is Jong-soo.
What happened here? I definitely heard it was a C rank gate. Did it turn out to be an A rank gate? Why is the precious master of the White Tiger Guild here?
Huang Dong-soo. That person is Huang Dong-soo. Scavenger Guild's S-rank hunter Huang Dong-soo.
Long time no see, Baek Yun-ho. Why are you in Korea? I stopped by to manage some business, but I didn't expect to see you here. Korea sure is small. Just answer the question. Why is a man that should be in the United States back in Korea and doing a business in the White Tiger Guild's area? White Tiger Guild's area? I'd like to ask you something as well. Did that lousy hunter enter your White Tiger Guild? What were you thinking by recruiting him? I'm talking about that E-rank kid.
E-rank? Who are you talking about?
Sung Jinwoo, who has entered the gate.
Sung Jinwoo? How does Huang Dong-soo know him?
What? This is it a red gate?
And then it cuts to Jin inside the gate. Then, let me ask you a question as well. How are you guys so calm for new recruits?
The first lesson we've been taught is anything can happen inside the dungeon. Especially, Hunter Kim Chul has received special coaching. He's destined to join the White Tiger's main attack force. We'll follow...
And who's that speaking to him? We'll follow the path. Then we'll enter the forest. I wish... Oh, wait, that's him saying it. We'll follow the path. Then we'll enter the forest. I wish you luck. Same here. So,
are you not going to answer my question?
Well,
this man is at least A rank. No, maybe.
And she's just staring at him with, I want to be around this guy, more eyes.
Idiots.
Huh?
Look over there.
And there's scratch marks on the trees.
They should have just patiently waited here. The forest is ice bear territory. Cause of one inexperienced E rank, all those innocent people are about to die.
Do you think that E rank ever got some proper coaching?
There's no way. He's just an E rank. Wait, that team has few C ranks and even a B rank. Why did I assume he was their leader? Whatever. They'll all die soon. We'll just be by ourselves.
Because he knows. He knows there's something about Jin. Why would you think that person is in charge if their rank is so low and you just brush them off? Why is he the very first person you think of when it comes to being in charge of that team? It's because you sense his aura, the presence that he has. He may say he's E rank, but his presence says a whole nother story. That has to be the reason why. But let's keep reading. He slams his shield down and he takes out his big old Ultimate Thor's hammer. He takes out his golden Stormbreaker. That's what it looks like. It looks like Stormbreaker if Stormbreaker was made out of gold, metal, and silver accents. That's exactly what it looks like.
Prepare for battle. I have come all the way over here and he's stuck in a red gate. It sure is hard to take even a single glimpse at Sung Jin-woo's face.
And then, White Tiger's entire appearance has changed, as his eyes have lit up yellow and his hairs went from a crimson, bright red to white.
Why are they all so keen about Sung Jin-woo?
Because White Tiger does not know what they know. Or at least he doesn't know what the chief knows about about Jin's, capabilities. Dong Su doesn't know anything at all. He just knows that he's the person that killed his brother. And that's the end of chapter 49. Onwards to the last chapter for today, ladies and gentlemen. And we are making some very good time. Hey, at least I haven't gone like 2 full hours and I haven't become too distracted with stuff. So this works out pretty well. Chapter 50. Wow, I managed to get to 50 chapters already. Once I get to 50 chapters more, then I'll slowly but surely catch up to where it is. And then I'm just going to be starting doing like singular chapters reactions whenever they come out. This is just me catching up. But, chapter 50. And we see a giant ice bear popping up. Ice Bear wants to kill you all. That's exactly, this is Ice Bear from We Bear Bears. But he's gone feral. And the Ice Bear tries to attack Kim Chul, but it's repelled by the shield. And it breaks the bear's fingers. And then Kim Chul hits it square in the face with his Stormbreaker. That's what I'm going to call his weapon from now on until he actually says its name or something. As expected from the captain, A-rank hunter is truly different compared to the rest. He took down all these ice bears almost just by himself. Because there are a lot of bears around. And he killed them all. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ice bears. He took down all those ice bears almost just by himself. How reliable!
We're at a level where we can deal with multiple ice bears.
Excluding the organs, let's cut out the meat. We should secure the food supply. We can survive a few days with these. The signs are looking good right from the get-go.
What nonsense. We cannot relax until we're able to get out of the forest. We're able to deal with them because of me. By this point, others must have become bear's meal.
And then they all just agree with him. Yes! Because he's doing inner monologues. But it's cutting to Jin's crew as they're still walking through the forest. Wait! We cannot go any further.
Why?
Can't you see? The area is covered with ice bear territory markings. This entire forest is ice bear territory. You must turn back now before the monsters arrive.
So you're saying this area is full of ice bears?
What? Did I say something wrong? Yes, so we should turn back.
That's why we're moving into the forest.
Huh? Did you not hear me? Do you want to die?
If this is an ice bear territory, we only have to worry about bears while in the forest. Ice bears are more reasonable than ice elves. Ah, if there are a lot of ice bears in the area, that would mean there are no stronger predators here. Therefore, we won't encounter any stronger monsters. Why did I not think of that? Anyways, aren't you cold with that clothing? Inventory. And then he pulls out some clothes and just tells her to put them on. Everyone put these on. It'll be troubling if you all die from the cold before we face any monsters. And he just pulls stuff out of his menu that no one else can see. And everyone just thinks, spatial magic? Item, name, warm fur coat. Item class, none. Type, junk. Become extremely warm after being worn. Price, 10 gold. So it's a cheap coat, but at least it'll keep everybody warm. Isn't spatial magic limited with summoning only 1 or 2 items to be able to summon so many? Just what is he?
Mister, who are you really?
Since I'm the one who brought you here, it's my responsibility to protect you. However, don't ask me anything. The same applies to all of you. Don't ask me any questions, and I don't demand anything from you. He really wants to keep his capabilities as secrets. And there's a step in the ground. Is there another ice bear? What is that? Ice bear! And one ice bear is just bearing down on him. What was it about having to only worry about ice bears? This is a highly ranked monster!
Entering the forest was definitely the wrong decision. I'll distract it while you all find an opening and...
She gets, the chick with the fancy clothes gets yanked from behind by Jin.
What are you doing?
I'll say this clearly. I'll be hunting monsters just by myself.
No matter how strong you are, that's still a highly ranked monster.
I waste the experience that's standing right in front of me. Title change. So he's changed his title from one who overcame adversity to Wolf Slayer, which gives him bonus to beast type monsters. Because him using the one who overcame adversity is not going to be much use of him here, but Beast Slayer will. And the bear tries to swipe at him, but Jin is already in the air above him. If I add the title's effect to my current level, just with my bare hand. And he just punches the ice bear square in the head and bodies him with a resounding shockwave that came along with it. And everyone can only look awestruck. Ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, like screenshots, boom, 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 of everyone just surprised. Ice bear in a single hit? Just as I thought. Since the standard is higher, the experience gain is different. And he leveled up!
You, just who are you?
And then it's back outside the gate. What kind of business do you have with Hunter Sung Jin Woo to come all the way to a dungeon entrance? None of your business. It's just entertainment. Whatever your objective may be, since this is a red gate, there is nothing else we can do. Past that gate, instead of a dungeon, it could be a desert over 60 degrees Celsius. A jungle filled with poisonous vipers and deserts. Or an extremely cold snow area that could give you severe frostbite. They have a higher chance of dying than returning back alive. I would also like to see what's beyond here. I get to see something so rare while just passing by. But this is quite troublesome. I can't wait here until the dungeon opens. And then we got Wu. Sung Jin Woo got lucky. If it's a red gate, even Huang Dong-su can't do anything about it. No, if he's able to come back alive, he'll be truly lucky. And then it just cuts to everyone chowing down on all the meat that they got. The bear meat is a bit tough, but it's quite tasty.
Would you like some more?
Oh, thank you. So, going from left to right, we have Park Hee-jin, who's the mage, who's the person that was talking to Jin before. We have Go Myung-hwan, who's a C-rank martial artist. And then we have Yoon Ki-jung, who is a C-rank tank. C-rank tank.
Does Jinna really do nothing but study at home? They say she puts up dictionaries on the walls instead of wallpapers to memorize words while sleeping.
She's just like you guys. When she gets home, she likes to play, eat, and sleep. Sounds like me. At home, she's a sleepyhead who loves fried chicken. You know what? I haven't had fried chicken in what seems like months. Like regular fried chicken. Feels like it's been a very long time. Even I can't believe it. When we were younger, we used to visit the arcade together.
Lies. And she's still able to get those grades?
Miss Hunter Park Hee-jin. Miss Hunter Park Hee-jin, haven't the number of ice bears ambushes been decreasing?
That's because our captain has been taking care of them.
Well, he did kill an ice bear with his bare hand. And then Jin gets up.
Where are you going?
Since I ate, I should go exercise.
Exercising while inside a gate?
If I don't, there will be a penalty.
He sure is strange.
And then it just shows Jin just casually doing exercises in a red gate where people could possibly attack him. He's just casually doing his sit-ups upside down hanging from a tree. How bothersome. I can't leave behind the attack force and end up in the penalty zone. Well then, since I warmed up, it's time to go hunting. And then the imagery zooms into a distant cave, and there are multiple ice bears in there. This just reminds me of when he was facing off against those lichens. No, not lichens, but rikens. Rikens. I'm going to call them lichens. When he was facing off against those lichens, and they were all coming out of the darkness back in that first dungeon where he was leveling up, these ice bears are coming out of the caves just like that. The numbers are roughly the same. Come out. Oh, he's summoning someone. The shadow behind him just extends over the snow. A monochrome image of black and white. And then out of the shadow come all the soldiers that he has with him, including Igris. You guys know it's your first mission, right? And all the soldiers just stand up out of the shadows. Yo, this is so amazing! Yo, seeing all these soldiers, because you know, him being a necromancer and all. Seeing all of his soldiers, and all of his shadow soldiers stand behind him with Igris at the forefront. It's like, why would you even bother? But this one long panel where it just shows him standing there with his army behind him. You guys know it's your first mission, right? As they all stand behind him awaiting orders. Go. And that's the end of Chapter 50 of Solo Leveling, everybody. This was amazing. This was sick. I love this. Yo, Jin is about to go in. Now we get to see what his army of living undead shadows can do. The power of necromancy. I'm enjoying myself so much with this. But I can't wait to see what happens when that gate opens. And Dong Su sees the person that killed his brother. And seeing his reaction when... what's Solo Leveling? Solo Leveling is a recent manga that has appeared this year that has grown massively in popularity. I don't know why it took me so long to get into it, but it's basically a story about Sung Jin-woo, who is a hunter in the world where gates open up and people go inside and they gain experience and they get powers and different things, and some people are awakened to be hunters. And... wait, Arthur Fleck? Oh my goodness, the Joker is here! The Joker! But, Solo Leveling is, seriously amazing. It really is amazing. The artistry is great. The story is great. It only gets better and better. Oh, I cannot wait. My overall experience and reaction to these chapters, I'm enjoying every single chapter thus far. There hasn't been a single chapter where I'm thinking, wow, this chapter is kind of fallen off a little bit. I'm actually grateful for that, because that's just another one I can talk about in comparison to like One Piece and My Hero Academia, because Solo Leveling, just 50 chapters in, and I'm enjoying every single thing about it. Good lord, it's amazing. I love it. I love it, you guys. I love Solo Leveling. This thing is so good. But I don't want to keep you guys dragged down here any longer. Managed to get this done in under 2 hours, so that is amazing. I just want to say before I go, thank you everyone for coming out to see me. I honestly, I'm very happy with what I do here. I'm happy doing this, entertaining you guys. And you guys know I say this every time, but I'm working towards doing this as full-time because I have a strong desire to just entertain people. There's nothing else on this earth, mind you, that I can see myself doing that can, complement my talents other than, this. This is what I'm good at, and I enjoy it. So thank you, everyone, for constantly showing support for these streams. Thank you, Shonen Sensei, for the donation earlier. It really means a lot to me that you think that I am worthy of such a thing. I'll just keep saying it. Thank you. You guys encourage me to do better as not only a YouTuber, but an entertainer and a person who is able to put a smile on your face. So as this channel continues to grow, and it's been growing, I've been checking my dashboard for the channel as a whole, and I've just been seeing I've been seeing a very quick rise in certain areas, and it's just making me happy, and I can't wait to bring more content to you guys, especially with the PS5 and more solo leveling. I might do another one this week, but do not hold me to that. I may just do like a solo leveling like once or twice a week, depending on how things go. I might do one this Thursday or Friday. Have I ever read Black Clover? I have not, but I have been watching the anime, so I mean, me going through the chapters as a whole may, I already know what's going on up until a certain point right now. I still need to watch through some more episodes, so I still got to go back to that. Fun fact, I am the only YouTuber you've ever donated to. Wow, that's a pretty big honor. I'm honored. I don't know what to say except thank you that you thought that I was worthy of such. But that's all I got for you guys. I don't want to drag this out because I would, and then it would actually turn into 2 hours, which I'm not trying to do. So with that being said, ending it right here, and I can't wait to see you guys later. But with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you happen to be a brand new person here and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then perhaps consider subscribing, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples. Now it's time to play some video games.